become best friends?
Yup.
Do you want to go do karate in the garage?
Yup.
Big part of friendship.
I like you. Do you like me?
I do like you.
You are my friend.
You're a nice young man, and I am your friend.
Shut up, Pete. We're not friends now. I don't need you anymore.
You're my best friend.
Friend requests.
The friend request?
Why you ain't accept my friend request, bro? But you don't want to be my friend.
Cute little setup, it's so cute.
Oh, thank you.
And then you got slumber party.
That's the vibe. Some of the boys come in here and like,
Are they like this? They're going,
they're like,
they're like
sit
this.
on the ground, and
I'm like, relax.
Cameron James was in a button down.
Yeah, see what I mean? I like did my research. I went.
You're smart. You're a smart woman.
We're smart.
Let's get started.
I'm so excited. I'm going, make sure everything's comfy.
Yeah, everything. Oh, you can lean. This is all leanable.
Babe, no
Get
way.
comfy. Yeah,
I'm going,
absolutely.
You know, these days. No, I'm just kidding. These days. Oh, babe.
Welcome to the friend request.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, I'm your host, Chloe Madron, and I am joined by Australia's first attractive comedian, Elouise Eftos.
Thank you so much, Chloe. I can't believe I'm here.
I can't believe you're here.
I can't believe I'm here in the fort. I've been watching other people in the fort going, okay. And
What
now
the
I'm going, why wasn't I invited to the fort? And I have been. And guess what? It's better than you think. It's actually as good as you think it's going to be.
Yeah? Oh, thank God.
I love pillow forts.
Oh, they're the
It's
best.
like my childhood. Why was it the best?
Oh, I mean, you're safe and comfortable.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I'm giving too much away about trauma, but
No, you actually are safe and comfortable,
right.
and you're also, and like you've added a bit of like glitter and lights. I'm going,
It's
this is like
cute.
what you think you would make when you're a kid, but you don't have like the, you know, I was about to say like the I was about to
the dexterity.
I'm going, no, like children have hands. Like, sorry.
I do underestimate them too,
No.
like often. I'm like, what can you do?
What can you do?
Can you sell?
Children? Yeah, exactly.
No, but they don't have the ability to drive to Spotlight. you
No,
know?
they don't have the ability to drive, and
Yeah.
that's something that we should probably get into. But no, silly.
Like
but
we should teach them.
They should teach. Well, I also feel like this sort of like decorating. I don't think you can do that at school as a course. Like they probably do home ec, but they don't do decorating a fort.
Yeah, they teach you stupid things like sewing clothes together.
Sewing. They're teaching you
Baking
algebra.
scones. Yeah. Oh,
I'll never get over
who
that.
needs it?
I can't stop with this. I love popcorn so much. Is it your favorite?
I love it so much. I said on last week's episode that popcorn and chocolate chips is one of my favorite dinners.
Really?
Just like a bit of popcorn here and a few chocolate
And
chips.
do that separate? Have you ever done the
but just like
Maltesers in the popcorn?
I've done it.
It's pretty wild,
It's
isn't
pretty
it?
crazy.
People don't know. Like you don't know. Like it melts while you're eating it. So you're a bit like,
It's
like
messy.
it's messy. It's a bit like cheeky. Like you don't think it's going to be much, and then the chocolate's all salty.
Yum. You know who doesn't like popcorn?
Who?
Alexi Toliopoulos. Movie man. I know.
A guy that, firstly, Greeks, I'm going SOS, one of me. And then I'm going also, I'm stressed about, like, you can't be into movies and not like popcorn.
Thank you.
I'm like, I studied film as well.
Yeah.
And I will eat popcorn till the day I die. But
As you should.
to not like popcorn, that's sick.
He doesn't like any snacks at the movies.
Doesn't like, he's like sitting there like this. He's going,
I'm watching a movie.
he's going, entertain me,
Yeah.
movie.
It's crazy.
Does he mind other people eating?
Oh
Does
no,
he
I'm
hate
sure
that?
he's fine with that.
I don't know. That's okay. We have to do a documentary about him. I'm sorry. That's
I
so
love your deep dives.
I'm going. I have to do a deep dive. I have to do like a conspiracy theory about Alexi. Yes,
gotta get to the
Alexi.
bottom.
I'm going. I need to figure out what is going on. You can't like movies or not. That's the experience. That's
so
culture.
wrong. I don't understand how he ever started to like the movies. Isn't the popcorn what hooks you in when you're a tiny child?
Well, like the smell alone. Does he like
Yeah.
the smell? Oh, I'm stressed about this, Chloe.
I'm sorry.
No,
I
as in
didn't-
not stressed, as in like in a good way. Like as in I can't wait to do like Four Corners documentary about it. So that's wild.
I'm excited.
Me going, same. It's gonna be really good.
It is. I should say, because I keep forgetting to say, for any first time listeners, welcome. You're at the podcast where we talk about friendship and friends and everything about it. And I need to let them know.
We should let them know that.
I want to let them know that we actually have never met until today.
Hey, we haven't met in real life
It's
until today, but it feels like I've known you my whole life. And I love that. Yeah, we hadn't. This is me walking in. I was so late today. I'm so embarrassed because I got lost on the track. I've been living here since 2018. I got lost. I'm like, how embarrassing. But I loved that. Like, I just saw you and I went, girl.
I know. It's
that's
so
women,
nice.
I think, though, a bit.
Oh, it is.
Well, hopefully. You know what I mean?
Oh, totally. But that's also like, because we had, been chatty on Instagram for literally years at this point and still never met. And I guess that's one of the many things I want to talk to you about is online friendship, acquaintanceships, whatever, and how they're not nothing.
Let's get into it.
Because I remember you were on Wolfie's podcast.
Oh my God, yeah.
And I was like, who is this babe? And he was like, you would love her. Oh my God. And
Wolfie,
I was like,
we miss Wolfie.
Yeah, R.I.P.
But that's R.I.P. Well, he's still here.
He's in Perth.
He's in Perth, though, where I'm from.
Yeah.
I know. I'll be going back for Christmas. But no, it's such a funny thing, like the acquaintances that you make online, especially during COVID and how all of these, well, it's like we couldn't go anywhere. So you would make friendships online. I felt like I made all these friends online during the COVID period. Yeah. And friends where I'm like, I see you in person, I go, yeah, I know you.
Yeah,
I know you. You're my friend. and it's funny how I have become really close friends with people that I did only know from online.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm saying if you are friends with me online and you haven't met me in real life, you could be in the running to be my best friend.
Top place.
You could be in the top by MySpace. You could be in my top 10 or top 8, whatever it was. But no, it's so funny. Even meeting people while I was overseas, obviously had some people come to, see me do spots or whatever or to shows, which was really cute. And that's kind of friends and stuff. But then I even had a girl who, she's was just a fan, I guess you would call her, I guess, a fan of me. But she reached out to say I see you're coming to Paris, because I said I'm coming to Paris, who has recommendations, hadn't been there in so long. And she was like, I'd love to give you a tour, and then ended up coming to watch me do a stand-up spot in Paris. And then we went out for a drink after with my friends, two of my best friends and my cousin who's also a best friend. And now we're just can't wait to see you when you're back in Sydney. And
that's so
she's
cute.
an amazing fashion designer and she's Greek like me. And I don't know, you know what I mean? I'm be open to it. Obviously, depending on the people.
Yeah, and the vibe.
You can meet people and you go, oh, I never want to see you ever again.
Yeah. Or the online exchange is also this is too much.
It is hard sometimes. Do you get the thing of there are people that message you and they think that they know you because of being online and being quite open online, which is so sweet. It's so cute. It's also no.
It's a line. There's got to be a line. Yeah, for sure. I try to have the boundaries relatively clear, but it's, I mean, it's, people keep saying the parasocial thing. It's that. It's, yeah, exactly. That's what it is. And it is a very strange new experience. I mean, it's not that new, but I think to this degree, it's never been this bad.
It's been like this because I don't think we've had such instant communication with people.
Yeah, you follow your favorite comedian, you see their posts every day, you listen to their podcast every week. You think that you know, I mean, you do know a lot about them.
This is me being you don't know me. To people, I don't know. I feel like people make assumptions. I've had people, this is so random. I've had fans of mine. I don't know if I've spoken about this on a podcast or anything before. I've had fans of mine send me videos of them doing coke and stuff and
oh my God.
And babe, I don't do coke. And I'm because I think they think that I'm this person. I think because of my persona or the videos that I post, me and my friends being silly. I was bullied in high school. I'm not cool. But I think I didn't peak in high school. So I think people would assume that I'm party girl because they see me at parties. I'm you got the wrong end of the shtick.
You're I'm an actor.
Yeah, I'm an actor and I fooled you. But it's so funny. And then seeing that, and then when you meet people in person, sometimes I'll be really I think me and my friends have noticed this. Sometimes I'll be either really oh my God, we love you, or they'll be really hey, you girls look nice, or whatever. When we've done gigs and go dancing gigs
and you see fans.
Sometimes I'll be really funny, almost so you think you're better than us. And I'm yeah, I do. And I'm just
and I am.
I am. No, but it's just weird. It's it definitely depends on, I don't know, the way that I guess people project their insecurities or their what they want you to be.
Yeah,
And they're almost like, watch us doing coke. I'm like, okay, cool, good for you. You know.
Oh, that's so
So random, but I'm like, good for them. But I'm also like, I remember being like, I don't know what you want me to say.
Yeah, you just leave it.
Yeah, I just went. I think I like replied going like, wow. I don't know what I said. I can't even remember, but it made me laugh a lot. 'Cause I was like, if only you knew. If only you knew what a loser I am.
So you were bullied in high school?
Yeah, I was not cool in high school.
No.
I was like a big drama nerd.
Yeah.
Musical theatre nerd.
Yeah. I really relate to that.
Yeah, were you the same?
Yes, but also still like a drop kick.
Okay.
Like, so I was half.
Just me saying that. Okay. All
right.
I'm going like, what? Me looking at your tattoos going, what do you mean? No, but I love the tattoos. I'm going like, but what do you mean drop kick? Like, what is happening?
Oh, I mean, by the time high school, actually, yeah, all of high school really, I was singing theatre stuff
Yeah.
from a tiny child all the
Yes.
way into high school.
Babe, same.
But also, once high school kicked off, I was like, yeah, let's party, let's drink, let's do drugs, but not in like a cool, popular, fun kind of way, and more of a like sad, it's just those gross stoner girls kind of way.
Yeah, but that's a different cool, you know?
Is it?
I mean, I would have been like this. I'm scared. But like, I love that you were like, yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's an energy.
It was an energy. I
And
think it
that's
was
fine.
definitely acting
But you weren't like
out.
a dropout. You like finished
no,
high school?
No, I finished school. Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
You still finished
cool.
school. And here you are.
And
here we
yeah,
are
in the fort.
at this top-rated podcast. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm going, not many people from high school have this.
That's true. And I'm sure they're all green with envy.
Green with
Oh
envy.
my God.
Literally screaming with envy. But yeah.
While you were a theatre nerd, though, did you have friends? I feel like you were still surrounded by friends, right?
Like, I did, but I don't know, babe. It's like went from primary school into high school, but it was like, you know, sometimes people will do like the middle school and they do
Yeah.
like before middle school. Like my sisters, I've got two younger sisters, and they actually started at my high school in year 5, which I think is
Okay.
the smart thing to do, because you're still in that development time of like finding friends. And but I didn't want to leave. I was so attached to my primary school friends. Bless. I was so, you know, infatuated with them.
Yeah.
And then when I moved, it was year 8, and that's when like a lot of the girls came from their primary school into middle school.
Yeah.
And I remember like I had I guess people there, but I did not feel like I was friends with had friends, or like I felt like they didn't really like me. I remember like going to a girl's house once, and they all went into a room without me. And
Oh
I,
my
like, you know, like that
God.
kind of stuff.
No.
Or then I became friends with this one girl who was a boarder. Sorry, I was going to say something so mean. Something like, so, you know, she had no friends either, but that's so mean. It's not true. But we kind of like found each other. And I remember she told another boarder to tell me that I was ruining her social status. And she couldn't be friends with me. Yeah, like it's like heartbreaking.
Totally.
Yeah, and like I think about it now, and then I will never forget. I did eventually. I think what happened was like I found my own, like I was just me being silly. I was very much class clown. So then I found that was if I made people laugh. Like I never thought I was cool or hot or you know, but that was my thing, making people laugh.
Yeah.
And then after my friend messaged me this the other day, she's like, I always knew you were going to be a superstar when you got your braces off. I feel like I got my braces off. And that's when all of a sudden I was like,
was the
all of a sudden
movie moment.
Yeah, movie moment. I still wore glasses. I still had like
You're letting your
terrible-
hair down, like,
babe,
hello.
hey, you know, and it's so cliche, but it was almost all of a sudden I was like started to look a bit more, you know, went through puberty a bit more, and went to an all girls school, which makes things harder as well.
Totally.
I think. And then I remember this girl tried to be friends with me again later, and I was like, no. I remember I was like, I was still polite.
Yeah.
But I remember I got arts captain when I was in year 12, so I wasn't not. I didn't not do well like socially, but you know when you're kind of like I wasn't cool, like I was just tried to
Yeah.
be myself, and
Yeah.
I felt like then all of a sudden the people that felt like outcasts, I was like a floater by the
Yeah,
end. But at the
yeah,
beginning, oh my God, I felt like I would go home crying nearly every
Oh.
day, like you know what I mean. And I
Totally.
was definitely like a drama nerd, like
Yeah.
musical theater girl, because I would sing and dance and act, and like that was my little escape. And then even, you know, when I don't know, did you go to all girl co-ed?
No, a co-ed, yeah.
I feel like co-ed is, if I had kids, I reckon I would send them to co-ed. I just don't think, I'm like, also I don't want like my son to kill someone.
No,
sorry, that's so
exactly.
heavy.
Or rape
sorry.
anyone.
Or rape anyone. That's so heavy, but like, I don't think
I think it's fair.
I
We've
think we
covered
can-
all boys' schools on this before.
Yeah, oh, great.
Oh, it's terrifying.
We can cover that then. We can say it's terrifying, and I think girls are the same. Like, let's be honest. And I just remember even like, I don't know if you were the same, where like you were so used to growing up with the same people in primary school for so long that when you went to high school and people would sort of be like, I don't know, you would be you, and I remember I would like sing, and I would like sing loud. I like trained as a singer since I was like 8.
Yeah,
it was part of this like children's choir. And it was like really small with Catherine Langford from 13.
Cool.
That's how we met, and we're friends from there. And then I remember I would like sing at like choir, and then I remember some girls would come up to me and be like, "Oh, you think you're pretty good at singing?" Like that's the kind of like,
God,
like you couldn't be. Yeah, you couldn't admit that you were, and it's sort of funny that like my persona on stage now is like I literally twisted all of that to be like, I am hotter and better than all of you, and I am really good at this. Like, but I think it was like my way of sort of being like, that's so stupid to make people dumb down.
Totally, it's the Mean Girls thing.
It is Mean Girls.
So you think you're really pretty?
Oh, so you think you're pretty, and it's like, yeah.
It's fucked up.
It is.
I
what about yourself?
Oh, well, I went to like my last high school was a school of arts, so everyone was
Everyone's
creatively
that
talented, and it was a weird vibe because there was still it's just children being children, but it was also very much like that first wave of we don't bully, we don't do anything like this, but also like, you know, there is a hierarchy of who's the best
theatre kids
singer.
are the worst at it. Let's be honest. Like theatre kids, if they're bullying, like they're almost the worst. Like as in like they're pretty bad. Like after going to Whopper, I was going, oh my god.
They were just making fun of guys for being straight instead of gay.
Yeah,
They're like,
literally.
"Ew, yuck." That is so out.
Going back to art. Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. It was very weird, especially coming from like a more like bogan, lower socioeconomic school beforehand, more classic public school beforehand, and being the singer, like the one who would do the performances, and then just going to this new place and being like, oh, I'm a tiny little fish.
It's like moving to a big city. It's like the same vibe.
But good practice for moving around as an adult and everything, and getting used to being a small fish and finding your way and all that.
And did you feel like people use the fact that you came from a certain area or a certain school like in a funny way, or
no, it was a pretty good mix.
I was worried that it was gonna be like,
no, it was a pretty good mix. I was not disliked or anything. I think I've actually, because of this podcast, had so much reflection every time I'm editing.
You're like going,
really good.
Oh my god, it's
I
like
can't afford a therapist right now, so this
Babe,
is perfect.
Neither can I. That's great.
And like doing the podcast, but then also editing it, I'm like just listening over and over. And I have this whole thing of, oh, I'm weird with friends, and I'm realizing it's not that I was weird with friends. I've always had some pretty lovely people in my life. My problem was that my closest friends, I would always kind of date or bang or fall in love with kind of mutually. That was girls, boys, anyone, everyone.
Babe,
that was the problem.
I do love that for you. I'm also going, I'm always been so scared of that.
Smart.
I've been, but then
so smart.
I'm going, I don't know, have I missed something? I remember the one person I did like in that scenario of like of a friend was someone I worked, and I was like, I never do someone that you work with, but he like told me that he like confessed like, you know, love to me, and then it was like, and then he turned around and was like, oh, I don't really want a girlfriend or whatever, and I was like, so you just ruined our friendship and you ruined
that's fucked.
It's just so fucked.
That's
it's so bad.
Fucked.
And after that I was like, I never like, and I'm pretty strict about, you know, that kind of stuff, which I don't know, I think as I've gotten older I'm like, oh, who cares, like don't be so strict on it, but I mean, but I can see what you mean. Like
that's probably an easier call to make as you're older, because you also have beautiful friendships already cemented. So it's like, yeah, cool, any friends now if I can fuck with
totally.
I don't know.
And also, do you think like when it comes to like finding, I feel like as a kid I found it really easy to make friends. It's just really funny, like as you get older, it's just sort of like what friends do. I think that's what actually changed, or what you do maybe to that friend. I don't know. That's sort of the only thing that I find
what do you mean?
Interesting. Like it's easy to make friends. It's almost like sometimes it's keeping the friendship, or like where you are in your life. I look back at like who I was friends with when I was growing up in Perth, or like maybe when I first moved here, and I'm like, what was that all about? You know what I mean? Like, and I'm going, oh my God, and they didn't treat me very well, or you know, they put me in this in a certain, and the thing is, I don't know, it's your responsibility how you feel, but I also look back and I'm like, oh God, thank God I'm out of that.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, totally. Everything gets easier as you get older and you're like loving yourself enough so you don't have to accept the bullshit from everyone else.
That's
It's
hard when you hear
nice.
friends that don't, like friends of yours that don't do that, even with dating or like friendships. You're like, oh God, like
Yeah.
please realize this isn't, you don't need this, you know?
Yeah. Because we're all at like different paces, and you're like, we're the same age. How are you still accepting this bullshit? I stopped
know,
accepting it 5 years ago, and then
Babe, so true. It's like everyone's
hard.
like at a different stage of their life, or
Yeah.
working on themselves in a different, you know, order or whatever, you know?
Yeah, I was saying to Becky Lucas the other day that I'm like, I always thought I was pretty ahead of the curve, but now talking to you, I'm thinking, oh, what the fuck? What's taking me so long?
No, but honestly, like I think about that now. I'm going, I'm 31 now, and I'm going, oh my God, like why didn't I know half of this? But then I'm also like, oh, life is how you find out, I guess, about this stuff. And that's kind of, you got to learn from your mistakes or so yeah.
Everything will be revealed when you need to know it.
Exactly. And this is also me being like, oh, really? Like, is that how it had to be revealed? Like me being like crying in the street or something, you know what I mean? being fucked over by people, sure.
Yeah. You do have a lot of, from what, because we're just meeting, from what I can see
true.
online, it looks like you've got a lot of gorgeous girls around you, though. A lot of beautiful female friendships.
I do. I feel very, very lucky.
That's so nice.
Very lucky. Lots of girls and lots of gay men.
Oh,
which I'm very, and
best.
gay women as well. I feel like for me, finding good girlfriends around you, I think sometimes for women it is hard because there is that thing of like, I don't know, are you in the same position, or do you feel like it took you a while to... Everybody's different.
It's taken some time, but I do have sisters and we're
Same.
super close. So I'm super grateful they're like my bestest friends.
That's great.
And I've got my close girlfriends now, but it's taken some time because
Totally.
I went and dated a bunch of them when I was
that's,
young.
you know, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You learnt from this, or,
Yeah.
you know, or
Yeah.
maybe you needed to do that to learn what you liked, and that's, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not judging.
No, it's a thank you.
But I know that, like, I think the thing of, like, one of my best friends, you know, she's spoken about it before, how, like, I don't know, even growing up with girls, or she went to all-girls school too, like, definitely my experience, it depends, because I look back at, like, some girls I was friends with back in Perth that I used to play soccer with, and the way, I don't know, culturally they were, you know, ethnic, as in they were wogs, and, like, just even the way that they treated me about certain things. And then I feel like moving here, I found a really strong group of women who we have the same values, or like we look out for each other in that certain way, or we, you know, we're on the same level, or like we help each other in like, it just is a different sort of dynamic to, like, I have gorgeous girlfriends still in Perth, my hometown, but much smaller than when I was living there. But I also feel like it's a little bit different what I get from them in that friendship. But there's something about, like, it feels so supportive from even over there and here. But there's something about women and friendships that is, like, so special if you can find that, because I think that is that whole thing of that internalized misogyny and patriarchy of, like, we want to be in competition and like, and also realizing when you're doing it, or your friends are doing it. And I've had apologies from friends that I don't talk to anymore, or girls that I don't talk to anymore back in Perth or wherever, about how they treated me, about their internalized misogyny, or like how they
That's
accused me of
nice.
stuff, which is nice. But I kind of, then I feel like you come to a place where, I don't know if you felt this way about when someone gives you an apology and time has passed, I've sort of gone, thanks, I appreciate it, and I wish you all the best on your journey, but I would like to just keep things as they are. I've moved on.
Yeah, totally.
I don't need to invite that back in.
More for you, and I'm glad that you got that, and you are at that place in your life. But cool.
All the best, but also, like, stay the fuck away. No, that's so mean. That's so mean. But it's also like, I think back about things like that, and I just go, oh my God, I actually wasn't the bad guy. And that's, I think that's really hard when you realize you weren't the bad guy. And, like, unfortunately, again, everyone's going through different stages of their growth and what they need in their life, but or realizing that, like, what they're doing is detrimental to other people, rather than looking inward and going, oh no, this is me, you know. I've been there too. And then like, finding that my friends here, it's like we're all on the same page a little bit, or we've helped each other get on the same page
Yeah.
in that sense, which is really nice.
Just calling each other out on shit and
Yeah.
yourselves and things, actually
Absolutely.
communicating about it.
Yeah, communicating,
so
babe,
good.
which is huge. I
It's
think,
so good.
yeah, for friendships as well. And then being like, you know what, if you need to, like, again, calling out people or just holding people accountable.
Yeah.
Because I think that's important in friendships.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what? You're just going to pull away and pretend like nothing happened. And when they go, why don't you want to hang out anymore? And you're like, you know.
Because you're a dick.
Yeah, because you're an asshole. No, but like at the same time, you know.
It's so much easier, it feels to me at least, to just in the moment be like, oh, hey, hang on, why'd you say that? What the hell?
Yeah.
It feels so much easier than to just let things fester or
Absolutely.
ignore someone or whatever else. Yeah, it's interesting.
Which is hard. I think with friendships, it's so much harder, I think. And there's actually a whole thing about, look, with breakups or whatever, like with a romantic relationship is one thing, but breakups with friendship is
the worst.
a whole other thing. Whereas I don't think many people talk about that.
Yeah.
It actually is really heartbreaking, and you do grieve that.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
hard.
It's absolutely one of the reasons for this podcast, because I think it's arguably worse than a romantic relationship
Yeah.
ending, because I think we have, even though we've got, unrealistic expectations of romantic things often because of movies and whatever,
Totally.
friendship is kind of even more cemented in there with,
Babe,
that's your
absolutely.
person forever. They're going to be with you
It's supposed
forever.
to be, and you tell them like your deepest, darkest secrets in another
Everything.
way as well. Like romantic, of course, is very intimate in a different way, but like
Yes.
friendship, it's kind of like, well, God, it's like
Yeah.
a hole in your heart. It is really hard to not feel a bit like,
Totally.
I've lost someone that I thought was going to be in my life forever.
Yeah, I have. I had one, and we weren't even that close yet, but it was like a girl, and in comedy, and in Brisbane,
Yeah.
so I was just excited.
Yeah.
And that didn't work out.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I had some dramas, again,
Yeah.
related to my pussy, but
Oh,
it's
babe,
cool,
I
you
love
know.
your dramatic pussy.
Thank you.
She sounds fun.
She's so
Me too,
fun.
she's
Too
crazy.
fun,
Yeah.
actually.
Let's get her on.
She's
Let's get her on
nuts.
the pod. She's not
She's
cool.
gonna have great. She sounds like an old woman from New York, but it'll be great.
I'll play her. So I literally was in
Smoking
New
a
York going
cigarette.
like meeting women from Queensland going like, what do you want to do that for? They're talking like this. This is how your pussy talks. Chloe, tell me about it. We're going to get some
You're
drama,
so
okay?
good.
Anyway, sorry. I just love doing New York accents. Anyway, sorry, continue.
I love that. No, it was so hard. Like, I was dreaming about her because she just
Babe.
fully was blocked, blah, 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 and hasn't spoken. I've seen her in person, but she hasn't spoken to me
Blanked you.
since.
I'm so sorry.
I was dreaming about her. I was bringing her up
Yeah.
in therapy. This is probably the third time I've brought her up on this podcast.
Babe, that's fair, but this happens.
My psych was like, you've spoken about her too much.
Babe.
And she's like, you're not going to be liked by everyone.
That is true, which also I'm going, what?
What?
What? I go, me? No, I'm just kidding. But
I'm
also,
awesome.
I'm going, me of all people, you don't like me? Like, it's
She's
like,
like-
my fans. Like, I'm going, what? Not everyone's going to be my fan. Like,
It doesn't make sense.
doesn't make sense.
She's like, no, but you don't like everyone. I'm like, yeah, but
No, that's
no,
different.
they're not me.
That's so different. I'm like, yeah, babe, I feel like we're very similar in that sense. I'm going, no, I'm allowed to not like people, but they all have to like me. It's like when you like someone's story, anybody else likes your story, you're like, they're in love with me. And when you like it, you're like, that's just me going through. Like, I
This
don't
is a
care.
nothing
This
thought.
is nothing for me. That's so funny. But you're the therapist is right though. Like, not everyone is going to like you, but it feels hard when you're like, you thought something was there. It is
Yeah.
like a loss. It's grief.
Yeah.
Like, it's sad.
Oh, it's so sad. Have you
Yeah.
had any big ones?
I mean, I'm trying to think of any. I haven't had any recently.
That's good.
From memory.
Yeah.
From memory. Like, I'm going,
Wasn't
if
that
I haven't
important.
stopped talking to you in the last few weeks and you think that we're not friends anymore, please DM me because I can't remember. But also, no, most have happened in like over, time.
Yeah.
And for reasons where I'm really like, I started talking to a therapist more about like the anxiety that I felt after like romantic relationship stuff. That guy from
Yeah.
my work, that was so stupid. And also like I didn't know better, I guess, and now I do. But I'm really glad that when I noticed this particular friend that I said sent me the apology years later, when I realized that she wasn't treating me right, and I hadn't gone to like therapy to talk about, but I realized when she wasn't treating me right as a friend, I stepped back and I was like, that's it. And that's
great.
so hard to do.
Yeah.
And also when like we would do it would be not everything together, but like, you know, there would be events and stuff. And I remember going to this event that she organized, and it was like, you know, I wasn't invited, which I would always be one of the first to be invited and things like that. And then I remember going on to the event, and then I tried to communicate, and I went, hey, you would kind of blanking me at this event. Like, if there's something, I would like to talk about it.
Yeah.
And I think it was to do with she thought I was flirting with her boyfriend, which that really upsets me. Because for me, I'm a very yes, I'm a flirtatious person, but when it's my friend's boyfriend, I swear on my life, I talk about it on stage sometimes. I'm like, I don't want to fuck someone else's boyfriend. I don't see any gain in that. I don't see any, like, you know, I've even noticed people when I'm on stage, like people that are in the audience kind of go like to their husbands, like to their legs. I'm going, trust me, I don't want to fuck like Simon from Deloitte's in the mailroom. You know what I mean? Like, I'm okay.
It's insane.
It's insane.
To
think that just because I'm here and they're projecting, and it's so sad because it's like talk to your partner. And anyway, back to that story was basically like I kind of turned around and I did everything I could to sort of be like, and everything I could do was say, is there something you want to talk to me about? When she wouldn't admit it.
Yep.
And she lied, and I knew that she lied. She made some excuse. And then I just backed off, and then she backed off, and then it was kind of like, and that's how it sort of ended, and it was sad.
Yeah.
But then when the apology came a few years later, I was like, I'm really glad that you realize I didn't do anything wrong. But it doesn't, it's like, but it's a little too late. And then other friendships, it's been like, I don't know, when you really realize people aren't your people, that's also because it's hard, like this person doing this to you, it's sad, and it's obviously like you feel like, oh God, you know, I don't know the details obviously, but at the end of the day, it's like if you've done everything you can to reconcile and apologize and they still don't want to be your friend.
Or it's just, I mean, in that situation, it was just the deep, you don't understand and you won't even let me talk to you.
That's
and
even
being
harder.
Misunderstood is,
that for me is what's hard too. It's like, let me, and not everybody's going to let you do that, which is so hard. And that's, I think, what's hard about friendship breakups is like, they'll make their own agenda or narrative, and you're like, you're the villain, and you're like, okay, I didn't even audition for this part. And even audition
what a
for
fun
this.
part.
Fun part, always the best to be antagonist. If I'm being honest, being the antagonist is the best.
The best.
Love it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, being misunderstood is like a fundamental human thing.
Oh, but babe,
None
the
of us
story of my
like it.
life
None
on
of us-
stage, I'm going, oh my God. Even off stage, like people want to make their...
It's
you know,
annoying.
it is annoying.
How do you go with internet comments and all of that?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And I feel like I have friends that cop it more, like that have bigger followings, and seeing what they get, I go, Jesus Christ. And I'll never forget, like, when I first went viral and the anxiety of like wow, this is so exciting, to like, this is the most scary thing I've ever experienced in my life. Like, it's crazy. It's also like, I try really hard. I think I'm really glad that I am older now and more confident in myself, because if I saw half the shit that I saw and I was younger, I would be beside myself. It's horrible.
Awful.
And especially like when you're a woman and you're online, people really want you to know. Like, if they want you to know, they'll find any way. Like, even if I just do an ad for like a brand of like, I don't know, I haven't done many, but did an ad for a brand, and the comments, and I was wearing a bikini in the video, but like, whatever. Like, I felt like I looked fine, you know, I looked all right. And the
gorgeous.
comments, love you. I'm going, thanks, babe, love you. And then the comments, though, like, these are kids commenting this. And like older men, and like you look at their photos and you're going, brave. I'm going, that's so mean, but it's so brave. Like, they're literally these guys like going, oh, you look like you put on a few, like, oh, you need to lose a couple kilos, and you look at the photo and you're going, okay, 3 chins. Like, who told you to comment that? Like, that's mean. I'm obviously doubling down, and that's mean. I shouldn't say that back, but it's also going like, the ugliest man in the world is telling me like to lose weight. I was going, babe, why did you even find? They're not even following me. They just found my page, or they just found the ad. And it's like, they want to make you know that they don't like you, or that you're
hate women.
They hate women. It's really, it's nice that they want you to know, but I'm like, keep it to yourself. Like,
we all have to know for some reason.
We all have to know for some reason
so fucking annoying.
how they really feel about you, and like what they'll. And it can be a lot. I feel like I haven't copped it that much, but I do feel like there's 2 sides to it. There's like that side that's really like, a full-on intense like misogynist comment of like some gross guy. And there's also other times when like, I don't know, these days when you're posting stuff, it's like you feel like you have to be hyper aware of every single thing going on in the world just in case it's the wrong day of something, the anniversary of something, because like people want to make you aware of like, I don't know, I made a joke, like I didn't even make the joke, I just posted a tweet being like, when I say I have 3 boyfriends, it means like, you know, in a fun, flirty, like cosmopolitan way, like not a poly way, like just as a joke. And then someone who was, they must have been poly. I don't know if they even were. That's the thing. Half the time they're not even that thing, but they're going, this is offensive to poly people. Or people that are, and I went, is it? Like, I'm so sorry. Like, it's obviously clearly a joke. I don't hate people in poly relationships. I don't understand why you think that like I'm posting this just to get, like, you know what I mean? Anyway. Yeah. It's like people they want you to, I don't know, be like, hey, like call you out on stuff. It's very
it's
okay.
so frustrating.
It's frustrating.
It's frustrating because we get the like, okay, you clearly didn't understand what I have put out, what I've posted, and they get the, okay, you haven't understood me and my feelings, and everyone's just feeling misunderstood, and they're all angry.
Embarrassing. It's kind of like no one cares. Like it's like almost go like, yeah, no one cares. I remember I had I've had to block family members. Being like WOG girl is hard enough. And I actually feel like this is so wild. I don't know how you feel about this, but like, I don't know if you have family following you on Instagram, but the fact that like back in the day when our parents were our age, no one knew what they were doing unless they showed you a photo album like after they went on a trip.
Yep.
No one knew unless they maybe saw them in the street. We are like constantly at everyone's fingertips. They can keep a monitor on everything that we're doing.
Yep.
And I find it a little bit sick. And as I've gotten older, I'm getting kind of like annoyed about it because I've had to work through a lot of like feeling shameful or guilty or like that WOG guilt. It's just like a thing. And just growing up with like my Greek Macedonian family, they're not that traditional, but the whole idea of like just monitoring like what I'm doing or like making comments to my dad about what I'm doing. And then my dad does this whole thing of like, he wants to support me, but then he's also like, oh, the family feels this way. And I really, the craziest thing I've done is probably like my showgirl stuff that I post or like that I dance or whatever. In like little costumes, which also like we're like clowns. It's like hardly what you think it is. But I remember posting something about the election, and I was at Newcastle Comedy. It was like my first gala. It was like Newcastle Comedy Fest or whatever. And I remember having a full-on panic attack with like Andrew Milos and like Dilrook sitting at a table at brunch at this really cute place in Newcastle. I can't remember the name. And I had a full-on panic attack because I just wrote about the election. All I said was don't vote like be smart, don't vote Liberal just because your parents do. Yeah. Because I've done it before when I was like younger because I was like, oh, that's what my parents would vote.
Yeah, okay.
Which I'm embarrassed now to say that, but I will happily admit that like I know there's a lot of people out there that do that and vote just because their parents have a certain view or something. It's like, no, like, and I was like, I don't want Liberal to win. Yeah. That's unfortunately, I have family members that do. And I feel like even me talking about this, I'm going to get in trouble for this. No. But no, I'm like also going, suck my ass. I won't
clip it up.
No, babe, you can do whatever you want. I'm almost like, let them see it. I'll find out if I have burner accounts. Because I ended up like getting full on, my dad got messages, I got messages, almost like you're a dumb actress comedian, what the fuck would you know, like, but not in those words, but like saying it in this like behind the you know, the curtain, that's what they were basically saying. But it was almost like they got offended because they vote Liberal, and it's like we find it really offensive. And I was like, sorry, like that's not how I intended it. And then I just decided to block them.
Great.
And then that didn't go down well.
No, I bet.
And now I'm like the evil black sheep of the family, like for some of them. And you know what? Like I will always kill them with kindness and be nice when I see my family in person. But also I'm going, why does that setting a boundary with people, that's a whole other thing as well.
Yeah, because it does come off as aggressive at times. I've felt it. I know that people have felt it from me, I'm sure. But when you actually think about being the blocker, you're like, it's actually very passive. This is literally just a way of
for your
stopping.
Peace. Do you know what I mean? Like for me, I went like this. As soon as I did that, it was like obviously I still had to process that through therapy and stuff. I was like, me putting up that boundary and the reaction from putting up that boundary was not good either. And then, because this has happened since I was like a kid, I feel like that
Yeah.
that pushback of like getting in trouble, always feeling like I'm getting in trouble. And I was always like such a little
God.
goody two shoes and like, you know, like that kind of like, God. And it's, I'm 31 years old. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was
Yeah.
like probably like 29, 30 when I posted about that. It's like, why am I copying this? Like I'm a little girl, like in trouble.
That's crazy.
Crazy. And then it's funny when you put up a boundary and then people either don't respect it. And then also like for me it's like I've never felt more like I'm so glad, and who knows, they could have burner accounts, they could have whatever, but also I'm going, what gives you the right to like monitor everything that I'm doing?
Yeah, because
know?
it is a privilege and it's not something that should feel like a given.
Yeah,
It's like just because we're all on there,
doesn't give you the right
it's not
to
for
like
everyone.
absolutely. And also it's like that's the thing, I'm going, there should be they should monitor it.
Yeah.
Some people shouldn't be allowed online. No, like, and people might say that about me. People might be like, you shouldn't be online either. But I honestly think some people shouldn't be online.
Yes,
They
I
should
agree.
go through a vetting process.
Yeah, and the amount of time,
Yeah.
which hours, what else people are doing with their time.
The way they do it. Also,
Yeah.
like, if they have private accounts,
Yeah.
why are you online? Sorry. I had to talk about this because I'm so over people complaining about a photo they got and it's like, you have a private account.
Yeah.
No one's going to see it. Do you know what I mean? Is that really mean to say? Do you have a private account?
No.
No. But you know when people have private accounts, I'm going to get in trouble for this too. No, I'm not going to get in trouble, but whatever. If people get upset about this, if you have a private account and you're upset about like, oh, I didn't get a good photo of me, it's like, who's going to see it? 109 people. I'm over it. I'm over it.
Where are you putting this
Where
photo
are you putting it?
on your
Who's going to
wall?
see it? Who's going to see it? What, your mum and like someone you work with? I'm like, why am I stressed about? I'm like, it's important for me to get a good photo, and you.
Obviously.
So I'm like such a cunt, and I love it. I love that I'm like, people, I'm not like my persona on stage, and then I come here and I'm going, just so everyone fucking knows, if you have a private account, I don't think you should have Instagram. No, but like it's so, like it's just funny to me.
It's strange, the private accounts. Like I do
Like,
have one that's
sure.
on private. That's an old one. It was my first
Yeah.
Instagram, and I made my current one when I was releasing music
Okay, cool.
under my music name, and then I
Love
was doing
that.
comedy, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'll put it under my
Yeah,
name."
yeah.
But the old one is private, and I have recently found it. Changed the bio to be like, "This is dead. This is an old photo album. Don't
Yeah.
follow it." So.
Yeah.
Literally, do not touch it.
Get rid of it.
And it is an old photo album.
Yeah, which is also nice. Like the thing is, I don't mind if they have their private.
That's really good of you.
I don't mind if you have a private
Very
account, but I don't want you
predictive.
to complain about not getting a good photo. I can't stand it. I'm going, either it's on public.
Because you can't even reshare their stories, right?
Babe, don't get me started on that either. Because I'm like such a bitch. But I don't want to hear it. I don't want anyone to complain. I can't stop eating this popcorn. And I just noticed your little ghost nails, babe.
I broke one nail though.
Oh.
So sad. But yeah, they look like sperm. What do you think?
They do a bit.
Yeah.
If, you know.
A
if,
sperm ghost.
I do love that though.
Thank you.
It's a bit, whoa.
It's a bit sexy.
Sexy ghost. But yeah, I don't know. That's maybe too mean of me to say, but that's how I feel about it now.
No, I think it's fair.
I'm over it.
While we're on Instagram, what was even my note? I didn't even
babe,
write a thorough
look at
note.
the notes, don't worry.
But I something about close friends, the close friends feature on Instagram.
How do you feel about
came
it?
to mind. Okay, I have mixed feelings because I love that there's an option, but there needs to be, I think, tiers.
Babe, thank you.
Right?
Babe, sometimes I'm on other people's close friends. I'm going, no.
How are we?
I'm going, get me off
But
your
I'm
close.
letting everyone on mine.
Are
Mine's
you?
mostly comics that
Yeah.
I want to laugh at a joke that's about someone else that they know.
Okay,
that we
love
know.
that.
Yeah, it's
Love
very
that for you.
toxic. Very toxic. But sometimes
Toxic's in. Being toxic's in, by the way.
super.
It's back in.
Thank God. I'm fine.
Being toxic is back in. You've heard it here first. With my hair like this. Right here. I'm here with Chloe Madron. And did I say your last name
Super
right?
good. Yeah, you nailed it.
Wow. Okay. I'm really good. I studied I have a journalism degree as well. Anyway, sorry. So close friends, you're like vetting it.
Yeah, it's
There should be tiers. I think I know exactly what
there
you mean.
needs to be tiers, but also because mine is quite broad.
Yeah.
I do get like shy when I have people on there and they've seen it, and
Oh,
I'm like, fuck,
shy.
I hope that they don't think that I think that we're best friends.
Oh,
But then
That's
I see,
cute.
then you get that thing where you see that you're on theirs if you
Oh.
were a little worried about them being on yours. And
that's cute.
I think that's my newest favorite
I do love that. That is nice. That is nice.
Bottle that feeling and
I love
sell
that
it to me.
feeling. And I think it's nice that, like, you know, if you put them on yours and they put, like, it's nice, like an exchange. It's like transactional.
Because otherwise it's just this new social anxiety.
Yeah. It
Just,
is.
What the fuck? I hate it, but I don't know.
It is very much that.
I'm putting it on the record now that mine is very broad. So if anyone's on there and they're freaking out,
This is me going, just don't have tickets on yourself, all right? There's a few people on there, okay? Mine, I feel like, is sometimes I have like guy friends on there that are straight and I go, oh, babe. Because sometimes it's me being like, my fucking period or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I don't really post, or it'll be like me bitching about something, like, and it will be screenshots. It will just be like, and also, if anyone's like, oh, why am I not on Elouise? It's like, I have not edited it in a long time. And I feel like when I go and edit it, I'm going to be like, why have I got that? Like, I'll probably have a bit of a moment of that.
totally. It's a lot of that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do edit it to remove or add in family, depending, because sometimes
Depending on the family, babe.
we're very close.
Yeah. So
And
like the sisters, my sisters are on
sisters-
mine. One of my cousins is on mine. Actually, 2 of my cousins, maybe 3. Very exclusive.
This is good.
I'm like, I better check. But also, don't you think sometimes people treat you... Okay, I feel like people are funny. I remember posting this meme being like... It's like the Cam meme from Modern Family. It's like him going... And it's like when people talk about something that you post on Instagram...
Oh.
For me, that's not even about close friends. It's just like in general, because I think I sometimes forget, like... I have lots of worlds, like Venn diagram of worlds, like dance world, like acting world, comedy world. And I feel like it's like... I don't know, sometimes the crossover makes me laugh. Like sometimes when I'm posting, like, you know, me in like a tiny little outfit with like lobster bikini and like, you know, G-string, and then I forget like all the comedy boys can see that. And then they come up and say, they go, I remember like Crookshank once was like, oh, I remember saying, oh, I feel bad telling this story. I remember he goes, oh, what happened to your pants? And I went, what? I went, oh, my pants, like this. And he goes, the thing you just posted where it's like me and my friends are in the backless suits. And I went, he goes, you know what I'm talking about? I went, oh, sorry. Like, and then I was like, oh, I'm so embarrassed. Like, I was like, he's allowed to comment on that. It's like
weird though, because it's like there needs to be certain places for things. I want to post a thirst trap, but I don't feel comfortable doing it these days because
It's
that's
funny
like
because the
I want
crossover.
certain people not to see this. This
No,
is
just
weird.
do
It's
it.
for my mum and my sister only.
yeah, that's the only people allowed to see thirst traps.
Exactly.
But I feel like I do it for every, like it's a bit of everything. And I think sometimes people must be like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
I think you actually ride that balance very well.
Do you think?
I do.
Babe, thank you.
It's inspiring.
Oh, babe, bless you.
No, it is. It is. I've definitely taken note of it before, just being like, man, she just does it, and I love it.
Because sometimes I'm like, this is going to be a lot for some people. And then I go, oh, it's on brand, I guess. And even that saying it's on brand, I'm going, shut up. Like, so stupid. But it is like one of those things where you're kind of like, who's going to see this or that? That's why I feel funny about the family thing. I'm like, you can watch, but like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah,
Shut
totally.
up.
Totally.
Don't watch and then be like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
don't watch and then say like,
It's like you
no.
came to my space.
Yeah.
This was my page.
Otherwise, get out.
Go
That's how
away.
I feel about it. I'm going. It's even it's almost like, you know, if anyone said anything about some other comics were like, oh, I don't know. It's so funny because they're being shy too. I can't remember who said it. Me and my friends when we had like we were wearing black lingerie for Mardi Gras. Oh my God. And I think I can't remember which comic it was, but he said something about like, oh, like, you know, the electrical tape on, and then they get funny. They go, oh, are we allowed to talk about it?
Of course.
And I was like, babe, you can talk about whatever you want as long as you don't touch me. No, but
It's a
just
great
so
rule.
funny. It's so funny to like the fact that it's kind of like, oh yeah, there's so many worlds that are like colliding, and I'm kind of like, good. You know what? Because if they saw me at like Vic on the Park, I'd hope that they'd come and say hi and not be like,
Yeah.
just because we're wearing like animals on our tits, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, you should come and join us and wear animals as well.
Yeah,
you know?
of course. I mean, guys in comedy have got to get used to hot chicks being in comedy.
You gotta get over
They've
it.
just got to get used to it. It's the way the world's gone.
Exactly.
It's where we're heading, and
Get over it. Get over nipples. Keep your
Yeah.
eyes up here. Like I notice sometimes they're like this. Yep. I'm not trying to look, and I love it. I kind of love it a bit. Does that mean?
No, it's fine.
No, thank you.
It's fine that, you know.
Is that mean
cop
that
a
I'm like,
lot.
I like? No, I love
It's
them.
absolutely
So
fine.
cute. So cute.
I think we got to get into our sleepover games.
Oh my God, babe, what?
The time's been flying.
Oh my God, I love this.
We got to come back for another episode.
I'm excited. I love that.
We got to do so much.
And I
more.
won't be
It's
like
not-
1,000 years late.
Oh, that's fine. You
I
can
can't
be.
stop eating this popcorn, by the way. I'm so sorry.
Good. I'm glad. Not enough guests want to eat the popcorn. They're worried about the listeners.
Oh. Wait. ASMR,
No, the
babe.
listeners love it.
Let's do
That's-
ASMR. You do your nail. I've got no nails at the moment.
Wait. It's not metal. Wait, do it on the...
Wow.
There we go.
Wow.
Oh, there it is.
Is that what people do for ASMR? I love it so much.
I'm going to love editing
Everyone's
that.
like worried for the listeners. I'm going, the listeners love this, okay?
That's what I keep saying. There's one guest that ate grossly, and that one was not great. But everyone else,
Do I like okay,
no,
like
you're eating
polite
perfectly.
eating?
Yeah,
Me
very
going, am I
polite.
eating-
You're like such a lady.
Me as I'm going, you know what I mean? Sorry, I didn't know how to see it. I love changing positions.
Oh, me too. It's good. It's good.
Love it, love it. Sorry, sleepover games.
Sleepover games. We have.
I love this.
A few games.
Are we going to play MASH? Do you remember MASH?
What's MASH? The show?
No, MASH, or is it? Is it MASH?
Smash?
I thought it was MASH, and it's like mansion, attic.
Oh.
What's the S?
I don't know.
And the H was a house.
Is this?
And it was like, and you have the circle, and it's like, and you have to write 3 crushes' names, and then you like. I remember playing it at sleepovers.
I remember this.
We should play this at the next one. But
Okay,
I can't remember
okay.
the rules, but we'll play it at the next one, and it has to all be like comedians that we have a crush on.
Obviously.
This is me being like, and all of them listening, going, oh,
Oh, hang on.
hang on, wait, Ella.
Oh.
And I go like this. I go, you'll never know. They're all famous ones. They're all like famous ones that are like
Of
old,
course.
like Michael Palin and like Jerry Seinfeld. They're like 2 of my first crushes. I'm dead serious.
Ricky Gervais was one of mine.
How could he not be, babe?
Right.
How could he not be?
Thank you.
Please, babe, I had that too.
Thank God.
Sorry, continue. Keep cutting you off.
Okay. Let's start with the first game. Would you rather?
Oh my
A
god.
classic.
Okay, this scary, spooky,
So spooky.
Halloween themed.
Would you rather be a billionaire or get cast on season 3 of White Lotus?
Oh, babe. Season 3 White Lotus.
Easy
For me. Typical little actor answer.
Easy.
Season 3 White Lotus.
Obviously.
Because therefore I will become a billionaire from the many fans and
Exactly.
accolades. Oh, I would die to be on that show. I would die.
Yeah.
I'd give up
You'd be
like my
so
first point. Oh,
good.
babe.
You'd be so good.
Oh, babe, stop.
Oh,
We're
I-
super best friends now from you saying that.
Okay.
Me going like, keep saying that, Chloe. It's great.
All right. This is a little less on brand.
Okay.
Would you rather piss your pants or your shirt?
How does that work?
I don't know. You're a dancer.
Me
You're
going,
jumping
"Oh."
around. Maybe you're doing a handstand and you piss your shirt.
I feel like I was such a little, I had really bad like bedwetting when I was little.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And I was like, really found it hard to like hold. So I think from the trauma of that shirt, because I could just rip it off.
Smart. Okay.
So that's actually quite logistics. There's a few logistics there, but
You can see
I'd
how you
rather
got
do,
there.
shirt. And then everyone's like, what's that? And I'm going, oh, the bathroom.
Well, that's what I thought, because with
They'll
shirt,
never know.
Piss on your pants looks like piss on your pants.
But it's piss in your pants.
Piss on your shirt. I mean, you gotta smell it more because it's on your shirt.
Oh,
but
babe.
you can be like, well, you
I
don't
could be
know
like this.
what's happened.
No way. Me literally about to do it then. Method.
This will go viral.
Viral. I'm going, yeah, I shouldn't have worn a bra. Anyway, I never do, but with this shirt, I feel like otherwise I'm going to be going, well,
Oh yeah, smart,
Yeah.
smart. We've got another game.
I'm excited. Sorry, me going like this. I was cheating.
Don't read.
I'm going, oh my God, what's it say?
Okay, this game is called Bend or Snap.
Oh my God, okay, Legally Blonde.
Yes. Now the rules are basically.
Sorry, I was doing the band and snap. You have to do that as a clip now, I guess. I'm just getting
Obviously.
stupid. Sorry. Anyway, continue.
That's the clip. So it's, if a friend did this, would you either bend or would you snap? Would your
As in, like,
friendship
snap like this, going like snap like
like,
that.
is the friendship gonna make it or is it over?
Oh, so snap is over.
Yeah.
Okay, I love
Snap's
this.
over.
Okay, amazing.
Okay, bend or snap if your friend is ugly.
I'm going, No bend.
Okay, wow. That's really kind.
Thank you so much. I feel like people, contrary to popular belief, like I am friends with people that aren't just hot. Like I'm friends with so many comedians.
I don't.
And
Oh, that's a great point.
no, I'm joking. Everyone's gonna hate me now, but also good.
They're not gonna hate you. They're gonna love
They're
you.
gonna be like this. Oh, we'll get her it later. Anyway, sorry.
Bend or snap if your friend's not funny.
Oh, okay. This is hard.
It's harder.
I feel like I'm always the entertainer. I'm always like, duh, duh, duh. I do feel like it's tough though when you're in comedy and you're funny, because is it going to be like is it going to be competitive?
Yeah. Is it just they're never not on?
But then I think about it and I go, all my friends are very funny.
Exactly.
People. They've all got something funny.
Exactly.
They're all different levels. But I think it would be, if they're not funny, it'd be a bit more snap.
I think it's a snap.
Yeah,
I
babe,
feel that.
absolutely.
I'm right there with you. One more bend or snap. If they're still kind of a fan of Chris D'Elia.
Oh, babe, he used to DM me.
Oh my God.
I have and he deleted messages.
Is this a podcast exclusive?
Yeah. Oh, I think I put it on my story, but this was like
is an
ages when it
exclusive
happened.
then.
But this is exclusive.
It's a podcast. It's fine.
There you go. So I remember like he
Holy
never said
shit.
anything that dodgy. He actually didn't say
Yeah.
anything that dodgy to me. All he
You
said
were
was
too
like,
old.
come and it's probably too old. But it happened a few years ago. So
Oh my
maybe I wasn't
God.
too old. It happened 2015.
Oh my
I remember messaging about like if he had any live shows coming up, because I was about to go study in acting in New York.
Yeah.
And I commented on his friend Brent Morin's thing, and then he DM'd me going, I've got some show dates. So like very innocent.
Yeah.
Remember like DMing him about like doing my first set and stuff like that.
Oh my God.
I'm embarrassed.
Oh.
I'm embarrassed.
No,
but
it's okay. I've DM'd so many famous men.
Because also
It's
like you go,
fine.
I kind of was like, this is exciting. And the fact that he would respond and like, I don't know. And it was nothing
so
that
exciting.
dodgy. It was nothing that
Yeah.
dodgy.
Yeah.
I can't say that he said anything crazy to me.
You weren't in the doco.
I was in the Jocko,
Yeah.
but I'm laughing because I remember one day getting all these notifications. You know, when people would delete messages, it would come up as a notification. And I go now through my phone and the replies
It's all
from him
gone.
are all gone.
Oh my God.
I'll show you after.
Oh my God, please.
Because it's obviously like covering his tracks, which is like so fine.
But also hilarious because it looks insane.
Looks even worse. It's like I remember an ex-boyfriend doing that, and I knew that he was like innocent, but I was like, it looks really fucking guilty. It was like a female friend of his, and I was like,
Oh,
you can't delete all your messages and just have these two. I'm going,
that's insane.
and he's like, look, and I'm going, that looks really bad. That
Oh my
looks guilty.
God.
Guilty.
Oh, I hate that.
It wasn't, but I was like, but you look at,
Yeah.
that's worse. Doesn't matter if you're not, babe. If you look at.
All right, we're on to the next game.
Okay, great.
F, marry, kill.
Oh, I love this one.
Yeah.
I love this game.
This is my favorite game.
I love killing people. I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Okay. Jennifer Lopez, Jennifer Coolidge,
Oh my God.
Jennifer Aniston.
Oh my God. That's tough, babe. That's
thought
actually
so.
sick of you to ask me this.
I'm twisted.
You're twisted. I feel like, oh God, this is hard. Mm-hmm. See, this is me first off. Like, I'm not even, actually technically not queer, but I was like, Jennifer Lopez, fuck.
Yeah.
Straight away, bang.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking of Waiting for Tonight video clip. I'm thinking of anything. Like, she's so
She's
hot.
so hot.
It's me being like, you can tell like sexuality is a spectrum straight away. I was like, I would fuck Jennifer Lopez. I feel like
I think a gay man would also fuck Jennifer Lopez.
Absolutely.
You know? It's like, everyone would fuck Jennifer Lopez.
it'd be weird if you didn't want to. It'd be a bit like, you're right.
Yeah.
It's actually like a human, like it's like a human emotion. Like it'd be weird if you didn't feel that way. I feel like this is hard because Jennifer Coolidge makes me laugh so much. Would being married to her be a nightmare though?
I don't know.
In a way of like, sorry, the way I'm doing this, like it's like a scientific experiment.
It's happening.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like she'd be so funny, but would I want to be married to her?
She's so funny.
The being funny part, but I also feel like she's quite aloof and silly, and that's why it makes me go
Yeah.
like, I don't know, married. Do you know what I
if you
mean?
can count on her.
Well, I think of Jennifer Aniston as well. I'm like, we're both Greek. Like that would be easy. The wedding would be nice.
She's sweet.
And she's sweet. Again, sometimes I feel like I'm like, I don't know. I'm not a Friends fan, to be honest. Like, obviously, like, all the best to them. Like, they did really well. I'm more of a Seinfeld girl. But
I hope the show takes off.
I hope it takes off. Obviously, R.I.P. Matthew Perry. Like,
Oh my
very
God,
sad,
yeah.
very sad.
Oh.
And look, it's, for me, that's really tough to choose between the two of them. I guess if I'm thinking about it in the, maybe I feel sorry for Jennifer Aniston. That's why I'm like, I probably would marry her.
You
Because
feel
I feel
sorry
sorry
for
for her
her.
because she hasn't been married, which is so horrible. It's such
Oh my God,
internalized
no.
misogyny thing. That's so horrible. That's awful because also marriage doesn't mean that you're less of a woman.
Yes, no, it does not. Not at all. No.
So maybe I would marry Jennifer Coolidge because it would be so silly and funny.
Also, you probably have an easier into White Lotus.
I'm marrying Jennifer Coolidge.
Okay, here we go.
Sorry, Jennifer Aniston, get out of here. I'm like this going, White Lotus, Mike White, we're going to have dinner. You're going to this. Babe, why are you choosing? Don't be stupid.
What
Think
are
of
you
your career.
doing? Exactly. What, you want to be on the Friends reruns?
No,
and the
babe,
reunion? No.
Absolutely not. I feel sick that I was even considering it. Oh my God. Is there another round of that?
I've got one more F, Marry, Kill. And
Okay,
then
that's
one
what I was
more
checking.
game.
That's what I was checking.
Okay.
It's tough.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I think this is tough.
The way I'm eating this popcorn now, like I'm nervous, like it's the climax of the film going,
It's my favorite thing with these games is everyone takes them so seriously. Like, fuck, I've got to answer.
this is the big time. This is huge. If I don't answer this right, this could be the end.
Oh, and it could come back to haunt you.
Exactly, babe.
F, Marry, Kill, leg warmers, fame, and flirting.
So funny that you've chosen these and making me piss. It's very on brand for me. I mean, easily, like, I would kill leg warmers because it's just part of what I have to wear at work sometimes.
Yeah.
I'd be fine without
There's no emotional attachment. Okay.
I'm okay with that. I mean, you bloody made it hard though, babe. I was going, leg warmers was first, and I went, okay, cute. And then you said the others, and I was going, oh, like I've been shot. What was the others? Fame and
Flirting.
oh, babe. What did I say? I said I would
Kill leg warmers.
kill leg warmers. Oh, that's easy. The
Easy
killing one's
then.
done. So then, I reckon I would thinking of fame as a person. Like if fame was a person and flirting, can I be honest? Flirting is like literally flirting is a way of life. Like flirting, I would marry because I feel like so serious. Without flirting, the world cannot go round. And I would marry flirting. Imagine having a flirtatious marriage like your whole life or like being married to flirting. I'm like, whatever. If I think of that, I'm like, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Fame, I'm like, I'd fuck fame. I'm going,
Yeah,
fuck
it's
fame.
fleeting.
It's
Use
fleeting.
it.
Use it. Get what you want out of it.
Oh, that's so smart.
Babe, thank you. I'm not just a pretty face. People think I am, but babe, that was
You're
hard.
actually so smart.
You too, doll.
Thank you. We only have one more game,
Oh my God, only one more.
One more
We've
game.
flown through them.
and it is Truth or Dare.
Okay. I love this. How does the dares work? Like, do you run outside with the tripod?
Yeah, I make you streak down the street.
That's
No,
making me piss.
they are stationary dares.
Oh, okay.
So
but like,
it's all-
do I get, but if I say, you're not going to say what they are, I have to
I
choose
dared
one first.
Becky to name her child Molasses the other week.
Whoa,
So
that's okay. That's wild. All of a sudden, it's like, and welcome to the world, Molasses Lucas. And we're going,
well,
Chloe,
that's
what have you done?
What she said. They're not that serious.
No, they are. This is me going, Becky, if you don't name your, like, I'm getting like dead serious now. I'm going,
I'm gonna hold her to
I've eaten
it.
so much popcorn. I'm going,
Good.
I can't stop. I'm like, yeah, babe, I think I have to do maybe truth.
Truth.
It's just more interesting, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Dare's a bit like this. Sure, Jan. You know what I mean?
Totally. All right.
Yeah.
Truth. This is
Shit, I have to
is
tell
hard.
the truth.
You've got to tell the truth. Name Australia's second and third attractive comedians. She
You are
stuffed them up.
sick. Chloe, you are sick. Oh no. Oh no, this
It's
is
truth.
so.
It's truth. I'm eating the
Oh
popcorn
my
now.
God, you have to eat the
It's a bit burnt.
shit. No, it's good. It's not even burnt, babe. If I made it, I always fuck up popcorn in the little. It's really good. Nice amount of salt, nice amount of butter.
Thank you.
I'm procrastinating. Fuck. Who is the? Oh, I
There's a
guess I
ghost.
can't answer.
Oh, we're being haunted.
Oh no,
I can't answer the
I
question.
can't answer the question. I gotta go. I gotta run out. Scared. Second and third hottest. Of like, as in, I'm the first. So like, who's next? Okay. But I have to say you.
You don't have to say me. I mean,
But babe, you're a hot
I'll
comedian.
cry. No. There's so only after you. There have been so many hot comedians.
There's so many hot comedians,
A
and
few.
clearly it is like in jest that I say it.
A few. Well.
Me going. Well, it has to be after I started
Obviously.
because
How long ago did you start?
I started 2017. When did you start?
2018.
Okay, well then, me going, well.
Too bad.
No, well, I have to say you're second. I'm not just saying that because I'm on the podcast, okay?
She is.
And that's how you make best friends. There's actually a tutorial on how to
That's
make
how you
best friends.
do it.
And I think I have to say, because I love him so much, and even though he started stand-up before me, I'm going to have to say Jake Howie.
Great answer.
I love Jake Howie
Great
so
answer.
much. You'll have to get Jake on here.
Absolutely. I would
And I
love
think,
to.
and obviously that was one of the hardest things I've had to do. And obviously I could come up with a list of like, and you know, there's so many honorable mentions. There's so much to talk about.
That's one of the hardest things.
That's one of the hardest things. You're going, okay, like there's lots happening in the world, but I'm going, you know.
No, this was hard. This was tough.
It was tough.
I'm
babe.
sorry to put you in that spot.
No, that's okay.
position.
It's not ruining our friendship.
Thank God. Well, no, you answered well. So
See? Made it stronger. This is actually what this podcast is, like people learning how to make friends.
yeah, I mean,
It's a tutorial.
but yeah, so many of the messages from the requestees messaging in. Yeah, they want help. They need help.
Babe, I love that.
It's cute. It's real.
I'm
good.
going, so just tell all your friends that they're hot.
Tell your friends they're hot.
Tell them that you make sure that they're funny. No, I'm just kidding.
That's
Give
everything.
compliments. I feel like giving compliments is a good one.
It's a great piece of advice.
Listening.
Start a podcast where
Start a
people have to
podcast.
come and be a friend.
People come out and hang out in a little fort.
yeah, it's
and we're
very
going,
helpful.
whoa. Like this, going, yeah.
Um,
I'm stuck on the thing, sorry.
Don't get stuck.
Silly, sorry,
gotta
babe.
go. We
We've
gotta
gotta
go.
Oh, God, babe. See what I've done there? Oh, God, I nearly knocked off all the popcorn if no one can see what happened there. But I'm so
Thank
sorry.
you.
Thank you so much for having
Thank
me,
you so
babe.
much for coming.
I've had the best time.
Me too. This has been the best. Can you tell everyone where to find you?
Yes, I can. You can
Yes.
find me on Instagram at Weezer Squeezer. That's probably like the best place to find me. It's the place I post all my gigs and shows and anything
Beautiful.
else. So come and visit me there and let's have some fun and send me a DM. Not if you're doing coke.
Nothing too weird.
Nothing too weird. Okay, keep it PG.
Oh God, please. Same with me. Please, PG photos and messages only. That'd be great. But do follow the Friend Request Pod on Instagram. We've got a Patreon now if you want to sign up. It's very exciting. Different tiers. We're having slumber parties, Zoom slumber parties once every
That's
quarter.
cute.
It's going to be real fun.
I love that.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's gorgeous.
Thank you all for listening.
We'll
Thanks
play
for
MASH.
coming.
No, thank you.
We'll play.
Thank you so much for having me, babe.
Thank you.
Mwah.